Welcome to CJC 390. This is an introduction video to help you out with certain elements of the class and make sure that you get started on the right foot. Alright, how does the structure of the course work? Each week, so to speak, or unit's worth of work opens on Monday and closes on Sunday night at midnight Central Time. So we'll talk about due dates and how they work. Every week there'll be a reading of 1, 2, or 3 chapters from the book Techniques of Crime Scene Investigation. I encourage you to always read those prior to your coursework, whether it be a paper, exam, or discussion question response. And you can always read ahead in the book. That is something that you can do to better set yourself up for success. For each week, typically we have 2 assignments due. Uh, it may either be 2 discussions, or 1 discussion and 1 quiz, or 1 discussion and 1 paper. Typically it's 2 per week, and you can see opening up each week by week what is due that week. The discussions include 2 different elements. One is your answer to the question, and 2 are your replies to at least 2 other students. Your answer is due each Friday by midnight Central Time. So that gives you 5 days of the unit to post your response to the question by Friday night. Anything after Friday is considered late, and a late penalty is assessed. Your response to at least 2 other students is due by Sunday, so you actually have Saturday and Sunday to reply to at least 2 other students. You can post those earlier if you'd like. You can certainly post those on Wednesday or Thursday, but you have to post your response to others no later than the close of the unit or the close of the week, which is Sunday night. Make sure to answer all the questions. So some of the discussion questions have more than one question to answer. Make sure to hit all those, and it's always good to support your answers with citations and references from materials, including your textbook. 200 words is the minimum required response. Anything less will result in a lower grade, but some answers are going to require you to have much more than that. When you reply to other students, you don't have to post 200 words, but put critical thought into it. Say something more than just "I agree" or "good job." Say some sort of other critical thought to help that student in formulating good responses in the future. Always use proper grammar in your discussion post as well, so avoid using text message type of speak. Your quizzes and exams range from 20 to 30 multiple choice questions each. What you are to do is always select the best answer. So there may be questions where you narrow it down to 2 answers and you think it could be either one. Select the best answer out of the 2. They are time limited, and each quiz has its own time element, but that's usually more than enough time for students to go through and answer the questions, even with an open book to refer to. You may only enter each quiz once, though. Make sure you're on a solid internet connection before you take it, and you are not interrupted, because you can only enter once. You may not re-enter, and they will not be reset. Your quizzes and exams are based upon your readings and also the video presentations. So for each week, not only read the chapter, but watch the video presentation that accompanies it as well. The quizzes are not comprehensive. They only cover the chapters prior to the quiz that are outlined in the description of the quiz. So each quiz will tell you exactly what chapters it will cover. They are due Sunday by midnight of the week. So the quizzes are due on Sunday night, which is the close of the week. Again, you do not have to wait until Sunday to complete them. You can complete them any day of the week for that unit. 2 different papers: a media review paper, which is 2 pages excluding title and reference pages, where you are to select a fictional movie or TV program and compare it to reality or what we discussed in the class. So are they using proper crime scene techniques from what you've seen, or are they not? You have to use 2 credible sources, only one of which may be the textbook in your media review paper, and it is due by Sunday night of the week that it is assigned. You also have a case study that is due closer to the end of the course, 5 pages, and that does exclude the title and reference pages, so it does not include those. It is the study of an actual criminal case where you'll talk not only about the case, but also the evidence and how the evidence works. So is it a case that was helped along or solved by a fingerprint, well, you would spend some time in your paper talking about fingerprints and the science behind fingerprints and how they work in criminal cases. You could do blood evidence or fingerprints or fiber or trace, all sorts of selections open to you, and there's all sorts of places where you can find information about crime cases and how they played out. Three sources, only one of them can be the textbook, and try to use quality sources, avoid things like Wikipedia, and try to use peer-reviewed sources. Do Sunday by midnight of the week that it is assigned as well. So some of the questions that I often get, can I work ahead? No, you really can't. The discussions, it's important that we have a dialogue, so everybody needs to say on the same week. The one exception, though, is the papers. You can start the papers really anytime you'd like in order to get a jump start, and another exception could be the readings. You can read ahead, and I've always found that to be very helpful to me as an online student, was to read ahead, because readings take a lot of time. Now note though that each week it becomes open to the students to complete work on Saturday. So week 1 may end Sunday, but week 2 I open up for students to start looking at material on Saturday. So you really have often 7 to 9 days to complete that week's work. I strictly enforce late penalties because of the fact that you have 7 to 9 days to complete work. You don't have just one day, so it should be something that you can easily work around. Late penalties are 10% per day, so not per week, but every day you're late is 10% reduction. And only under extenuating circumstances can I waive late penalties, and these include hospitalization, death in the family, and military orders. These do not include minor illness such as a cold or a flu, long work hours, computer problems, or internet problems. Always have a backup plan for if your computer goes down or your internet is down. It's not an acceptable excuse, and the late penalty will be enforced. Or if you have minor illnesses. Rubrics are in the syllabus, so if you always want to know what points do I have to hit, make sure that check the rubric for the discussions. The odds are that the paper excuse they can be found in your syllabus. Acceptable. I also am pretty strict about plagiarism. I check every paper. That kind of wraps things up. If you have any questions, I encourage you to email me. I follow the email address listed, which is also found in your syllabus, and I think in the classroom as well. And I'll be more than happy to try to help. I look forward to our semester ahead. Let's get started.